A goalkeeper from a tiny island just made World Cup history. He saved 15 shots in one match. 15. And his country had never earned a single point at the World Cup before. How did he do it? Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to learn about the life of Eloy Room. This story is simple and easy to understand, and great for practicing your English. Let's get started. Eloy Room was born on February 6, 1989. He was born in a city called Nijmegen. Nijmegen is in the Netherlands. But Eloy's father was from a very different place. His father was from Curaçao. Curaçao is a small island in the Caribbean Sea. It is very small. Only about 150,000 people live there. That is smaller than most cities. Eloy grew up in the Netherlands. As a young boy, he loved football. He played all the time. But he did not want to be a striker. He did not want to score goals. He wanted to stop goals. He wanted to be a goalkeeper. When he stood between the goalposts, he felt calm. He felt focused. He liked waiting for the right moment. That patience would become very important later. When Eloy was 13 years old, he joined a football club called Vitesse. This was in the city of Arnhem in the Netherlands. He trained with older boys. He worked very hard every day. He wanted to become a professional footballer. But the road ahead was going to be long and difficult. Eloy trained at Vitesse for many years. But getting a chance to play was not easy. The first choice goalkeeper was a player named Piet Veldhuizen. Piet was very good. Eloy had to wait. He sat on the bench. He watched other people play the matches he wanted to play. Can you imagine how that felt? In 2009, Eloy finally got his first chance. Piet got injured during a match. The coach looked at the bench and said, "Eloy, you are going in." Eloy was nervous. He was excited. He ran onto the field. He was 20 years old. That day, his team lost 1-0. It was not a perfect start. But Eloy did not give up. He kept working. For the next few years, Eloy moved between clubs. He went on loan to a smaller club called Go Ahead Eagles. He played well there. He started 20 matches. But then Vitesse called him back after only 6 months. And when he came back, Piet Veldhuizen was still the first choice. Eloy had to wait again. Week after week, he sat on the bench. He watched. He waited. He felt frustrated. He felt tired of waiting. But he did not stop. He trained harder than ever. He believed his chance would come. And it did. Slowly, things began to change. In the 2014-15 season, Eloy finally became the #1 goalkeeper at Vitesse. He played every match. He showed everyone that he was good enough. He was strong. He was calm. He was ready. Then, in 2017, something very special happened. Vitesse reached the final of the KNVB Cup. This is the biggest cup competition in the Netherlands. Vitesse had never won this cup before. Not in 125 years. Eloy played in the final. His team won 2-0. It was the biggest moment in the history of the club. And Eloy was part of it. But Eloy also made another important choice. Remember, his father was from Curaçao. So Eloy could play for the Curaçao national team. In 2015, he made his first appearance for Curaçao. He became their #1 goalkeeper. He became their captain. He played match after match for this tiny island nation. For Eloy, this was not just football. This was family. This was where his heart belonged. After his success at Vitesse, Eloy moved to bigger clubs. He went to PSV Eindhoven, one of the best clubs in the Netherlands. He helped them win the league title in 2018. Then, in 2019, he moved to America. He joined Columbus Crew in Major League Soccer. At Columbus Crew, Eloy became a star. In 2020, he won the MLS Save of the Year award. He made an amazing double save that people still talk about. And in that same year, Columbus Crew won the MLS Cup, the biggest prize in American football. Eloy played in the final. His team won. He was a champion again. Remember when Eloy was sitting on the bench at Vitesse, watching other people play? Now he was winning trophies in America. Remember when nobody knew his name? Now fans were cheering for him every week. But the biggest chapter of Eloy's story was still waiting. Back in the Caribbean, Curaçao was doing something nobody expected. They were trying to qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And their goalkeeper, the man standing between the posts, saving shot after shot in every qualifying match, was Eloy Room. He kept a clean sheet in the final qualifying match against Jamaica. Curaçao was going to the World Cup, the smallest nation ever to qualify. Can you believe that? Curaçao's first match at the World Cup was against Germany. Germany is one of the best teams in the world. They are 4-time World Cup champions. The result was very painful. Germany won 7-1. It was a very hard night for Eloy and his teammates. Many people thought, Curaçao is too small. They cannot compete at this level. But Eloy Room did not agree. And on June 21, 2026, he proved everyone wrong. Curaçao played their second match against Ecuador. Ecuador is a strong team. They finished second in South American qualifying. Before the match, almost everyone expected Ecuador to win easily. The match was played at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, in the United States. The stadium was full of Ecuador fans. They wore yellow shirts. They were loud. They expected their team to win easily. But Curaçao had a plan. They played with 5 defenders. They stayed strong. They stayed together. Ecuador attacked. They kept attacking. Shot after shot flew toward the Curaçao goal. Ecuador's star striker, Iner Valencia, had 2 very good chances early in the match. But Eloy Room was there. He made an amazing save. Then he made another one, and another one. He dived left. He jumped right. He caught the ball. He pushed it away. 1 save. 2 saves. 5 saves. 10 saves. The Ecuador fans went quiet. They could not believe what they were seeing. By the end of the match, Eloy Room had made 15 saves. 15. That is the second most saves ever recorded in a World Cup match. The only goalkeeper with more was Tim Howard of the United States, who made 16 saves in 2014. But Tim Howard lost his match. Eloy Room did not. The final score was 0-0. Curaçao had earned their first ever point in World Cup history. When the final whistle blew, the Curaçao players ran to Eloy. They hugged him. Some of them were crying. Back home on the island, people were celebrating in the streets. One man, one goalkeeper, standing alone in front of the goal. And he did not let anything past him. What did Eloy Room give to the world that night? He gave something that money cannot buy. He gave belief. Before that match, many people in Curaçao may have thought, "We are too small. We cannot compete." But after that night, that thought was gone. Eloy Room showed the world a simple truth. You do not need to be from a big country. You do not need to play for the most famous club. You do not need the world to notice you before you start working hard. You just need to keep going. Keep training. Keep believing. Even when nobody is watching. Even when you are sitting on the bench. Because one day your moment will come. And when it comes, you need to be ready. Just like Eloy Room was ready. Now I want to speak to you. Yes, you, the person watching this right now. Maybe you are learning English. Maybe you feel like your progress is slow. Maybe you look at other people and think, they are so much better than me. How can I catch up? I understand that feeling. But think about Eloy Room. He waited years for his chance. He sat on the bench. He moved from club to club. And then one night, in front of the whole world, he saved 15 shots and made history. You can do the same with your English. One word at a time. One lesson at a time. One day at a time. You are stronger than you think. If this story helped you today, please give it a like. It helps more people find these videos. And tell me in the comments, what is your dream? I want to know. If you want more stories like this, real people, real struggles, and real success, then subscribe and join us. Because every week, we learn English through the lives of amazing people. See you in the next video.